This show is not intended for the politically correct or the closed-minded. Enter at the risk of opening your eyes. You have been warned.
Why does the media attack an issue? To get primetime ratings?
In my line of work, you got to keep repeating things over and over and over again for the truth to sink in.
The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
A moment comes when we step out from the old to the new, and when the soul of a nation, long suppressed, finds utterance.
It's a kind of catapult to propaganda.
You are listening to Open Eyes with your host, Ira Robinson. From the normal to the paranormal, from government cover-ups to the depths of our consciousness, we aim to explore all things. From the dawn of prehistory to current events, no topic is forbidden and nothing remains hidden.
No more secrets.
Open your eyes and open your mind to the fact that life as we know it is not as we have been taught. Join us at latenightinthe-midlands.com or openeyesnetwork.com as we take this brief journey through the depths of the cosmos and explore what it really means to be human.
Many peoples have sacrificed their liberties, only to learn to their sorrow that deceit and mockery, poverty and tyranny are their reward.
Whether you're online or offline, intercontinental or intergalactic, hello and welcome to Open Eyes. It is the Friday before Christmas and we are live and in person with you, and hopefully you guys are ready for a really good show tonight. I've got a really great guest joining me this evening and I'll be bringing her on here in just a moment. I'm sorry that we did not end up going live last night with Brothers in Arms, kind of at the last moment. Something came up with Joe's family, so he ended up not being able to get on. And well, I've been fighting off a sinus infection. I'm kind of in full-blown sinus infection at this point in time. So I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and take the evening off and get some rest, which I did not end up doing. Go figure. But anyways, I am here with you. I'm going to suffer through what I've got, and hopefully nobody out there catches it from listening to us. I don't know. Does that happen? Maybe. I don't know. We don't know how the universe works fully. Maybe that is a thing. Who knows? But anyways, tonight I'm being joined by a really super fantastic lady. She's a psychic medium. She's a gamer. We've had all kinds of great conversations already, and I haven't even gotten her live on the air. Beth Wrenn is joining in with us, and we'll bring her on here in just a moment. Don't forget that we are live tonight, so if you want to call in, 260-494-3937 is the call-in number. Our Skype line is JDA Film, and as always, we're over in the chat room at LNMRadioNetwork.com. We're also live streaming over on YouTube if you guys want to go over there and watch us as we do our thing. That's youtube.com/C/Open Eyes Network. And come on over, join in with us. And if you hit the subscribe button over there, you'll get notified of when we come out with new shows, which is pretty consistently. And when things don't go wrong anyway. But anyhow, let's go ahead and bring Mary Beth in. Mary Beth, welcome to the show. It's so fantastic to have you here tonight with us.
Hi, Ira. Thank you so much for having me. We have had such an interesting conversation from last week, or should I say, was it?
It was last week. Yep.
You know, when we were originally supposed to appear on the show, and of course, we both realized, being that we are both proud nerds, that Star Wars was debuting last week, and I was trying to be as professional as possible and saying, listen, I have to be somewhere at 4:30, and I have to be there exactly 2 hours and 32 minutes long. And obviously you knew by that time.
I knew exactly.
Yeah, this nerd's going to Star Wars. We know what's going on. So, you know, I didn't get to ask you. And of course, I know, being a psychic medium, I'm supposed to know all yada, yada, yada. But what did you think of the Star Wars Last Jedi.
So you know what? I did actually enjoy it. I enjoyed it a little bit more than Force Awakens overall. I liked what they did with it. There was a couple of things of it that I didn't care for, but overall, I think it was a really good addition to the Star Wars franchise.
That's excellent. You know what? I actually did too, but I am sort of a purist. I did enjoy Force Awakens, and I kind of felt that, I know, here we go, that The Last Jedi was seemed to be a little bit, pardon the pun, but forced.
Yeah,
Pardon the
yeah.
pun.
Some of the humor in it, I didn't get along with. You know, the way that they did it, I was like, oh, come on, really? You know, that kind of stuff. But other than that, yeah, no, it was definitely a good one. I put it above Phantom Menace. I didn't enjoy Phantom Menace as much. You know, definitely this was over that one. So,
You know, I agree with you. Over the last, let's say, last 3 movies, of course, you've got the New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Okay, everybody, I admit I'm 50 old. Okay, I didn't follow the Jar Jar Binks one. I didn't follow the
right.
one,
Yeah.
Phantom Menace. I didn't follow it. However, I did enjoy Force Awakens, and I did like The Last Jedi to a point. Now, here's my digression. Did you catch the Hardware Wars parody?
I did.
I did too. In fact, the house was packed, and I saw it in the 4:30 matinee movie. And 5 people cracked up laughing. We all were like, Hardware Wars! And spoiler alert, for those people who have seen The Last Jedi, Hardware Wars is a parody that was created in 1977-78 to parody The New Hope.
Right.
And with Hardware Wars, you had R2-D2 as a vacuum cleaner. And of course, the Dreadnought was Ira, take it away. It was
I don't remember. What was it?
The Dreadnought was an iron.
The iron. Yeah.
So
That's
when
right. Yeah.
you saw it in The Last Jedi, everybody knew it was a reference right back to Hardware Wars.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm shouting out, ham salad.
Yes.
And Chewbacca was what, the Fozzie the Bear?
Fozzie the Bear,
Chewbacca,
yes.
no, he played the dog from the Muppets, but it wasn't Fozzie the Bear. It was the other character.
Oh, no, it was Ralph.
Ralph, that's
Yeah.
right. I'm like, that's right. So you have to watch it for a lot of the little innuendos.
Yes.
So I like that part of it.
There was definitely a lot of fan service that went into the movie, for sure.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to have to be a spoiler alert. Sorry, spoiler alert. I noticed that the fight with Kylo Ren and Rey reminded me of Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, it did like, me too.
Did that not look like the end of that movie?
It did me too, yeah.
I know we're supposed to sit here and talk about psychic stuff, but you know, the Force is the psychic stuff.
It really is.
About.
You know, that is a great place to start, because I would love to get your thoughts with how right was the Star Wars franchise with the Force, and in regards to really how the universe actually works. I think they're dead on with it, or at least as close as anybody has come, at least so far. You know,
I agree with you. In the Force is, well, as a look, I've been doing psychic medium readings for almost 30 years. Okay, over 30 years. And when I first told people that I see auras, I used to say to people, I'm an auric. Do you realize how many people thought I sold vacuum cleaners? Yeah. So I knew back in 1984, I had job security for a long, long time. Segue back to Star Wars. But what I'm saying simply is the Force energy is within all of us, and it appears as an auric field to some sensitive people out there, such as myself, who can see it and sense it. Now, when I do readings on the radio and when I do readings on the phone, obviously I don't see you. I use the, so to speak, theater of the mind. And so I tune into your energy field. And believe it or not, it has color to me. And so I interpret the color as meaning. And so when you go back to the Force with what the Jedi does, they tune into the subtle frequencies of everything around you. And by doing that, now the Jedi can manipulate it. of course, you've got prana masters who can also manipulate this energy.
Exactly. Yep.
And so, yes, it's the Jedi is basically like a new way of interpreting old thought.
Yeah, I think when you look at the way that the Force is described and the way that everything is dealt with, between the Jedi, the Sith, and so on, it very much harkens back to the old Vedic scriptures and the way that they tried to teach about how things work and so on and so forth. I think that a lot of inspiration was received through all of that. I know for myself, I've always called it the universal consciousness field, but it's the same thing. It's the same idea that goes with it overall.
Totally. In fact, there's so many different variations of the theme. It comes back to the same center.
Yeah.
It's just, think of it like a flower. You've got the center of the flower, but many petals describing the same thing, just different ways. All coming back to the center.
That's it, exactly.
And everything from, when people say, well, I'm a clairvoyant, or they say that they're a clairvoyant, that energy that they're seeing is that energetic field of the aura. Same thing with a clairsentient, who can feel the energy, a clairaudient, who can hear the energy, and so forth and so on. Do you realize there's actually people out there that are called clairolfactories, and it's rare.
The ones that can smell it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've met, this was years ago. Again, I started my career back in 1984. I mean, back then, being a psychic, well, if you wanted to buy books on the psychic world, you were basically going to the occult section of the bookstore,
yes.
And your books were in brown paper bags as you were leaving.
Yes.
I felt like I was visiting the adult bookstore.
Or you were lucky to get like the Time Life book series that was dealing with the weird and mysterious, and it might have been a mention of something here and there within the pages of those books.
I have that entire set.
There you go.
I'm looking at it as we speak.
There you go. I used to. I don't have mine anymore, but I used to. I loved looking at them, but it definitely left a lot to be desired. That's for sure.
It has really come a long way.
It has.
And as I was getting at, I taught, in fact, I still do, but I was teaching a class on aura sight. And I met a woman in the front row of my class. I'd have a student come out to the front row or front of the room, and we'd have this student stand up against a neutral background wall. Usually it'd be a white wall. So this woman in the front row was doing this. She'd smack her lips. She's making this tasting sound, and then she'd say to me, "Orange." And I was like, "How are you seeing that?" She says, "I'm not seeing." She says, "I'm tasting the energy field."
Yep.
And then she'd go, "Blueberry." I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. She goes, "Oh, I taste objects too." Not literally putting her tongue on the object, now keep in mind. But you could have her folded, and you'd put a item in a bag so she wouldn't know what it is. And she'd taste brass or copper, and she'd say penny. And sure enough, she was right on. I was like, that's amazing. You don't see it that often, but there are people that are clairaudient. And not clairaudient. What am I saying? Clairolfactory.
Right.
Clairambience, not tasting. So smelling and tasting.
For me, I've always been I've always been somebody that could see them, the auras, but when my vision became what it is, I lost it. And I've gotten to the point at this point in time where I do things more like I feel it. It's just a instinctive gut sensation of whatever it is that's going on, so I can pick up on people or not necessarily read their thoughts, but I can definitely, every emotion that they've got going on in them is right there with me, so on and so forth. So it's sort of warped over the years because my blindness came on slowly. It changed the way that I perceive others as well, so it works either way. Yeah.
Ira, you made a good point. In fact, I do not see auras with my eyes. I see them clairvoyantly, or I see them impressionistically.
Right.
And I bet you see them as well, but it's in your mind's eye.
That's pretty much how it seems. Let me explain my vision. The way that mine is, I'm not black blind, but I have what's called keratoconus. My eyes, instead of being egg shaped, they're pyramid shaped. So when I look out through my eyes, everything looks like a melted wax museum, like a wax museum got caught in a fire or something, and everything's all warped and melted around and everything. So I can't see anything distinct. It's just all blended together in really weird ways. So I've come to rely on my other senses as opposed to the visual, because using the vision is not a good idea for me.
Oh, of course not. But Ira, what you've described is how I see the aura.
Right.
I see the aura in an abstract kind of way. So when I use pencils or crayons or pastels or whatever, pardon the pun, medium I use to describe the aura, it's abstract art. So what you're describing to me is how I see the aura field.
Right.
And people say, well, can a ghost have an aura? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
But they don't have a physical light body. They just have the itself, and it is non-form. So what you're describing to me is very similar, if not exact, of how I see an energy field.
That's
and
cool.
It's the intensity of how you can judge the person's emotion, not to mention the color.
For me, I definitely get a lot of intensity, but it depends on the situation. One of the things that I've learned about my abilities over the years is, and I'd love to get your thoughts with this because I think that you might be in the same kind of boat. I whenever I look at somebody or I think about somebody or I'm getting info from somebody, the info dump that happens from a person when you meet them or you encounter them or you're sitting in front of them or whatever the case may be, much of the time what I get is the negative things. I get some positive things, but most of what I get tends to be towards the negative. And the reason why that is, I think, is because as an empathic kind of person, I think one of the parts of the gift, and I used to call it a curse, but I have to acknowledge at this point in time, yeah, it's a gift, but one of the points of it is that it's like some people can lay hands on somebody and heal them of a physical ailment, something that's going wrong in them or something like that. Well, I think that empaths are the same thing, only they do it with the emotions, not with the emotional body, not the physical body, if that makes sense. So I get the negative stuff so that I know what it is that needs to be healed in that particular person at that particular time.
Well, taking it on that same line of thought, and I've had discussions with students as well, is people say to me, well, I know I have a psychic gift. Newsflash, we all do.
Right.
Well, there are some people that just kind of poo-poo their psychic because all they say is, well, I only sense the negative. Well, let me explain it to you this way. Seeing the negative of the energy or sensing a negative impression is the junk food of the psychic realm. The negative energy is heavy. Now, if you have attempted to feed yourself eating only Doritos for the week, sort of like movie, and you only eat McDonald's, yes, you're going to be sick because it's heavy energy.
Right.
Well, with that negative energy, there's also positive energy, but you have to train your mind to sense the positive.
Right.
Because if you are constantly looking or feeling the negative, the positive energy is going to be like the veggie burger to the carnivore. It's going to taste like cardboard and you're not used to it.
Right.
Okay, here's I told you, I'm a visual of the mind.
I love
I'm
it.
the theater of the mind. So look, I come from the radio business. That's why I have a broadcaster voice. And I rarely, of course I can do video, but half the time my hands are flailing. I look like a wild woman because I speak with my voice. And so I like to give visuals with descriptive words. Therefore, a heavy energy or the negative energy is the easiest to spot in the aura field,
right,
because it's so intense.
Right.
It's the same thing with paranormal experiences. There's different levels of paranormal. If you want to go ghost hunting, that's McDonald's of the paranormal.
Right.
Okay. If you want to connect with the ascended masters, now you're talking high-end executive chef Michelin 5-star restaurants, which means it's high energy, which means most people are not going to go there unless you can, quote, afford it, or if your energy field can understand it.
Right.
Okay. And my goal or my wish is for everybody to experience a 5-star Michelin energy field. Okay. Because after that, you're not going back to the graveyard. You're not going back to the mental institution. Because that's such low level energy.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And
exactly.
to extrapolate on that thought, when I have students who follow me to go to an investigation on haunted houses, what have you, if that person complains of a headache, a migraine, not feeling well, I will become all pit bull on you. You are not going near an energy field feeling low because you're opening yourself up to who knows what. So it's always important to take care of thyself first. Healer, heal thyself.
Exactly.
And that is pronto important.
Exactly. Yes. And I'm glad that you said that, because one of the things that I've noticed with people that deal with this stuff on a constant basis is they, I don't know, it's almost like they're using their own physical and emotional energy to heal a person or to help a person get through whatever it is that they're going through, as opposed to using like the universal energy. If that makes sense.
Ira, absolutely. In fact, if you could see me now, my eyes are absolutely rolling, going, yes, yes, yes. It is so important, especially for those people who are beginning to awaken or are awake, and they're awake to their own psychic ability, their own energy field. They're sensing energy, they're seeing energy, they're predicting the future or what have you. Look, I cannot stress this enough. Always tune into your own energy first. If you're not feeling well, do not read the person. Number 2, if you are feeling like that person is pulling on your aura field, stop. Okay? The universe, the energy is supposed to move through you, not giving of your life force.
Right.
Because I've seen it happen too many times with psychics, professional and amateur. Their energy field gets depleted. I've seen psychics who've passed away earlier than they
Yes,
just
exactly.
because they're giving of themselves to the point of depletion. That's the people pleaser. Be careful.
You're absolutely right. I have seen exactly that kind of stuff happen, and it really bothers me, because I think that maybe they're getting information from the wrong places about how this stuff works, or I don't know, maybe in some cases they're what I call the wild empaths or the wild psychics. You know, they're untrained. They just kind of they've had it all their lives, but they've never known exactly how to focus it or control it. It just happens, and it's out of their control. And that is, I think, one of the more dangerous pathways to be on, because there's so much that's involved with this stuff that is, not the best to get involved with, if that makes sense.
Sure. I mean, these are the sensitives that are working from ego. And
Right.
we all know that ego stands for edging God out. And if you're going to work from ego, if you're going to work from a place of look at me, I'm special, look at me, I've got news for you. You're going to be great for a while, and then you're going to be depleted and burned out.
Mm-hmm.
If you must take care of yourself first. Look, I have been doing this for a long time, 30 years. I know what it's like to be the only one in the town, and then all of a sudden you're like 90 people deep. Not only that, I'm a professional full-time psychic medium in the South. Okay, let that sink in. Yeah, I'm from North Kakalaki. Okay. In other words, down here, if you're psychic, you're going to be thrown out on a rail, girlfriend. Okay? Okay. But what I'm simply saying, if you are not feeling balanced or well, do not take on that person's energy field, or do not even try to go into their energy field. Always check with yourself first.
Yeah.
I have thousands of clients, and everyone knows that if I'm not feeling them, I cancel that appointment that day and reschedule. I will say no first, then to attempt to please them just so they can find out when they're going to get laid and when they're going to get paid.
Right.
No, I'm not going to read you. Okay. I've actually done psychic fairs where I've been booked solid, 23 people for the day, and I have turned them down. I'll make it up to them, don't get me wrong. But if I'm not feeling that well that day, it has to be me first. This is not narcissistic. This is high self-esteem. It's self-love. Because the energy is supposed to go through you. You're not supposed to deplete your energy field. In fact, there have been clients that have wanted to do a reading for 2 hours. I'm like, hold up. If I feel that I can only go for 30 minutes, I'll stop at 30 minutes because you'll feel a difference. You'll suddenly feel a low sink in the energy field. And what's happening is you're not getting the universal information from their energy and above. It's now pulling on your life force. And that's the fastest way to get sick, depleted. You actually can gain a lot of weight around the waist because that's the gut feeling.
Right. Exactly.
And I've seen Rubenesque psychics. Let's call it that way. Put it this way. I'm still on the Rubenesque side of life. But you always best be aware of your body sensation. The body is the body barometer. The body is psychic in and of itself, not just your brain. God, your brain is where you think. It's the mind field, the aura, that carries your energetic signature. And once your aura feels depleted, you're going after your own life force.
Right.
And then your body depletes.
And the best way to put this, too, for people that don't want to believe that, is that when it breaks down to everything, we are energy. Nothing really actually exists. I mean, this desk that I'm sitting at doesn't exist. The microphone I'm talking into doesn't actually exist. This body doesn't actually exist. It's just a meat suit that's been put together by the perceptions of our consciousness. That's it, and that's all. And when you break it down even further than that, we're nothing more than quantum particles that are waiting for something to happen. So
Absolutely. And that energy occurs because you're paying attention to it.
Right, exactly.
So that's why it's there. But then again, everything is all at one time, but we differentiate it because of our own sense of individualism when actually we're all one. I know it sounds like a paradox, doesn't it?
It does, but it really is real. I mean, I think probably, one of the ways that I put it in one of the books that I wrote is that we are all droplets of the consciousness of God, individualizing itself to experience everything that is possible to experience.
True. It's absolutely true. And in that same vein, I've written a book called Soul's Goals. And in Soul's Goals, the thesis of the book is your life is a direct reflection of your heart's projection. Let me say that again. Your life is a direct reflection of your heart's projection. Now, when you project from your heart knows that you're all one with everything all at one time. Not your head, not what you think. It's in the energy field of your heart. Your heart is wisdom. Your brain thinks. When you can tap into the universal energy of all that is, you have all knowledge. All you simply have to do is quiet your mind and listen to what your heart says. Because we are all one. Our higher selves, it's our egotistical lower selves that have a tendency to individualize. It's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. But it has a tendency to isolate as well. And isolation can lead to all things like grief, especially when somebody loses a loved one and they believe that they're alone. They're not. They're just disconnected from that all collective consciousness. I often like to say that grief is a human condition, not a spiritual condition, not of the spirit world. The spirit world knows that we are all connected. It's just we believe this isolation, or should I say, we believe this illusion that we're separated, and we're not. And that's very powerful to once you get it. Do you realize that we all have this ability? Some people just believe that others are stronger when not actually.
Right. Exactly. It's like some people are born with a natural inclination towards a certain thing. Like some people are born into athleticism. You know, they have a kind of that natural affinity towards being great at basketball or something like that. Some people are born with, you know, it's kind of skewed towards music talent and that kind of thing. But that doesn't mean that they have anything special to them. That doesn't mean that they are better than anybody else. Anybody can learn to play the piano. It's just some people are more apt to play the piano. But that doesn't preclude you from learning how to play the piano or be good at basketball. Everybody can practice and become exactly like that person is.
It's similar to the movie The Matrix. All
Yep.
we have to do is just simply tune in.
Yep.
You know, it kind of reminds me, I guess what's going through my mind, here's my geek nerd side of myself coming out. There was an old movie in the 1984 that came out called Buckaroo Banzai.
Love
it was
that
with
movie.
Jeff Goldblum and Peter Weller.
Yep, love that movie.
And John Lithgow. Do you remember the line? The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen all at once.
Yep.
And so as you're describing to me about this universal collective consciousness, what keeps coming back to me is Yo-Yo Dine Institute and the time theory of the only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen all at once. You see, each one of us believes that we are stronger in some places and weaker in others. When we all have that same collective consciousness, you just have to tell yourself that you can. And the word you can or I can is saying that you choose to. When you say you can't, you're simply saying to the universe, I choose not to.
Right.
And you see how the empowerment comes from the conscious or the collective consciousness of choice.
And when you don't make a choice, that's still a choice too.
That's right. Even when you say, I don't know, you're saying, I do not want to know.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it all comes back to the center of self and empowerment and how you share in energetic enlightenment to all. So, yes, we are all one, and yet at the same time, we are, in a sense, different, but not really.
And with that, let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, let's get into maybe some ways that people can learn to tap into that kind of thing. How's that sound
I'd
to
love
you?
that.
Awesome. Okay. So you guys are listening to Open Eyes. My name is Ira Robinson. Tonight we're here with Mary Beth Wrenn, a fascinating, fabulous lady. I'm already loving her, and I'll tell you what, I think that you guys are as well. We've been getting some great response. So if you guys want to call in tonight, 260-494-3937 is the call-in number. Skype line is JDA Film. As always, we're over in the chat room at lnmradionetwork.com. Come on over, join in with us. It's always a great time. YouTube.com/C/Open Eyes Network as well, if you want to watch us do our thing. We'll be right back, folks.
You can listen to the LNM Radio Network 24 hours a day, 7 days a week through the Paranormal Radio app. Available from lnmradionetwork.com or talkstreamlive.com on both Android and Apple. Our call to listen line is open 24/7. Dial 701-719-9704 so you can listen on the go.
To hide the truth, once you know it, makes you think that you are better than everyone else. It makes you into the type of person who says, "Ooh, I have a secret," but you're not ready to hear it yet. However, for $39.95, I'll let you in on the secret. You'll lead the people to the promised land for the cheap price of 3 easy payments of 1/3 of their soul apiece. There are days that the red pill is bitter in my stomach, but I can't get it back out. I think because I have to. I speak because I have no choice. I walk through this dark age we're in with open eyes. Listen to Open Eyes on LateNightInTheMidlands.com. And together, maybe we won't stumble and fall. The new priests are the purveyors of the now. The if you don't get this right now, you are doomed mindset that is surrounding us was created by these men in black, these dark masters, these puppet masters that control the strings. They, the ones with the real knowledge of how reality works, those that know and understand the origins of us, those are the ones controlling the masses through the media, through the politics, through everything that causes us to be divided, losing the sense of what is really real. That reality is that we are all connected, all together in this thought experiment that the universe is running. We are intimately connected together, forever traveling through the universe at light speed. We're all breathing the same air. The same energies pass through us. The same emotions that you feel are the same emotions that I feel. We are all one. Stop being divided by them. Stop letting the priests of chaos and blight rule you. Stop believing the lies. Open Eyes Network now airs a live simulcast on YouTube. Our YouTube channel, youtube.com/C/Open Eyes Network, features not just our live content, but other videos as well, and is always active. So now you can tune in many different ways. Open Eyes Network shows air Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. Be sure to visit OpenEyesNetwork.com to find easy-to-use links to get to all of the places that you want to listen to our shows. And don't forget, all of our shows will now be archived as well on YouTube. Welcome back to Open Eyes. My name is Ira Robinson. Tonight we're here with Mary Beth Wrenn, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the show tonight as much as I am. If you guys want to call in, 260-494-3937 is the call-in number. Skype line is JDA Film, and as always, we're over in the chat room at LNMRadioNetwork.com. Mary Beth, we are back, and I thought I'd play that audio there during the commercial break about the new priests and the We Are All One, since we were talking about all of that in that first little section there. That was from a show that I did last year when I was trying to describe exactly the kind of stuff that you were talking about with all of that.
That is perfect. As a matter of fact, could you do me a favor and repeat the call-in studio line? Because I want to make sure I put the right phone number out there on my Facebook page. So it's, say it again for me.
Sure, it's 260-494-3937.
Oh, I did have it. 260-494-3937.
Yep, that's it.
Perfect. I'm sitting here cross-posting on my Facebook page and my public profile Facebook page, and I thought, oh no, did I just broadcast the wrong studio?
Somebody's getting a lot of calls and they didn't want to, they don't know why. Well, we do have another call that's actually coming in here, and we can go ahead and bring them in.
Why not? Let's do it.
Alrighty, so it's 704 area code. Welcome to Open Eyes. Who's this and what's on your mind?
Michelle.
Well, hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Can you tell me how it works?
Okay. Well, I can, let's go for one question. I used to do call-in radio shows when I would be on the FM dial. So I can do one of two things. I can either start just by reading your energy field and going right into your reading, or if you would like to direct the direction of the reading, go ahead and ask a question.
Yeah, I'll let you do it.
Okay, perfect. Okay, did you say your first name is Michelle or Lushelle?
Michelle.
Michelle. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't hear it as an L. Michelle, your energy field is a gorgeous violet aura color. Now, when I describe the colors of the aura, it's similar to describing the generalities of a horoscope. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll start to go into your aura field, and then I'll get into your personal questions, if you will. But when I'm looking at your energy field, as I'm seeing a violet color, I see that you do well with things that have to do with human resources or psychology. And I also see that you easily manifest exactly what you want. So you got to be careful of what you ask for, because if you say, God, I'm ready to receive a husband, you meet a bunch of married guys.
Yeah.
Okay? Because you asked God for a husband. So make sure that you get distinct.
Specific.
You got that right. Now, as I'm looking at your aura field, I feel like we actually are going toward your love life. And the way I'm looking at your fields is, I know this sounds kind of kooky, but I feel like you've got either two men or that there's questions about two relationships. I don't know why I want to say two, but sure do. I keep getting this impression of like, which way do I decide? Now I'm feeling like in February, you'll have a more distinct and clear vision about your relationships. Hold it. I'm picking up on a teenage son. I don't know if you have a teenage son. Okay.
A 14-year-old.
Okay, this kid thinks he's 17. Who doesn't? He's at 14 years old. I mean, at 14, they probably think they're 36.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So that duality relationship that I'm seeing could be that I know he's only 14, but I feel like you may have to filter out who's on the cell phone with this guy. I feel like your kid's popular. So monitor his calls, because he's got a fan club. Did you know this?
No.
Well, watch his phone, watch his calls, because I'm feeling like he's more popular than he's letting on. But getting back to you, I still get the impression we've got two relationships around you. Might be that you're married, or you're on the verge of getting out. I'm not sure. I'm not looking at cards yet. But I'm still feeling that February. Oh my goodness, I got a name. I'm getting the impression of the name Chris or Kevin, or I get a K sound to a guy's name. Kevin, Kyle, Kevin, Chris. You get the idea. But I'm feeling right around Patrick. But why would I be getting the K sound of Patrick?
I don't know.
I'm still saying like a K or a C like Chris. However, I feel like February is going to be the time where you are satisfied with whom you're with. So you'll know whom to be with. Okay. That's what I'm feeling like sort of briefly for you tonight. But thanks for calling in. And just remember, I always like to say at the end of my sessions, reality is what you make it. But in your case, be careful what you manifest. Okay, Michelle?
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you. Thank you for calling in, Michelle. Definitely appreciate it.
I wonder why Patrick. I mean, excuse me, the K sound out of his name instead of the P. But I'm questioning.
Well, the name does end with a very distinct K sound.
I know, but I'm really specific with myself, and I usually like to start with the first letter, not the last.
Right, exactly. Okay, well, we do have another call that's coming in. We'll go ahead and bring them in here real quick. I do believe this is our frequent flyer, Jessica. Jessica, are you joining in with us tonight?
Yes, I am. Hello,
hi, Jessica.
Ira. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Jessica. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you. I am excited. When I saw the profile on Facebook that Ira, you posted, I was like, ooh, this is going to be a good show tonight.
It sure is. Jessica, your aura field is as green as can be. I'm seeing an emerald green, leaf green. That's a diehard optimist to me.
Really?
Yeah. Also, that color green shows me like a person who likes to write down their things to do. Because if you don't, it's out of sight, out of mind. Now, when I usually see a green aura field, girlfriend, do you volunteer around animals, or is it, I keep getting this impression of volunteering around you a lot. What is this charitable volunteering, being with people, but on a service orientation? Do you understand that?
Oh my gosh, you are so dead on, because I volunteer. Like, that's my passion. I love doing it. And I can't work, so I volunteer all the time. That's something that I'm so passionate about. Wow.
Yeah, it is part of your soul's calling. Do you understand that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
Now, Jessica, I'm going to extrapolate a little bit more on that. I'm feeling that you are going to be what I call a professional volunteer. That's an oxymoron, right? Because you're going to get paid, right? Wrong. However, I want to tell you that if you seriously considered putting together a grant or becoming or owning a non-profit organization or being part of a board, you would be an asset to that team. So whatever that is, or if you thought about doing it, you could possibly pull a salary and being as a part of a group.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this. I live in Wisconsin, and I've been volunteering for, like, the USO, the VA hospitals, and all the military. And for the last year and a half, I've been kind of kicking it around, starting my own profit, my own charity, calling it Operation of Wisconsin, helping those who are soldiers and veterans. And I've been kind of kicking it around, and and what you just said, that I'm like, whoa.
Jessica, 2018, you're supposed to launch it. You stop kicking it around. If you keep kicking the can, it's going to get flat. It's time to manifest it into the now. 2018 is a perfect year for you to start this program. And I feel like you also will include dogs, and I feel like these are working animals for the USO or for the military, or for these kids coming back from the war that have been so post-traumatic stress disorder that the only thing living entities they can trust are animals. So I'm feeling that you're going to bring together rescue animals and soldiers.
Oh my gosh. How does this, you just automatically see it in your third eye?
Yes, that's how I see the aura field. I'm not using tarot cards. Somebody said you're using Facebook. No, I don't use Facebook. What I actually do is I just read the energy field of your aura, and then think of it like I'm watching a movie, except I'm the annoying kid in the front part of the movie sticking the hand up and making shadow puppets. So what I'm doing is I literally look into your aura field and project into your future about what you are thinking. And as you manifest, I tell you what's happening before it happens in your reality. That's how I access the aura field. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. There is this one question that I've been really curious about. So when you see the aura, I probably said it wrong, but I'm sorry.
That's close enough.
Now, can you see, if someone has, a negative energy that's attached to that person, can you see that?
The phone cut out a little bit. Could you repeat your question?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it okay now?
It seems to be well now. It seems to be good now.
Okay. So when someone has like a bad energy, like a negative energy that's attached to it, that person, can you see that?
Well, that's kind of a loaded question. And the reason I say that is because I rarely meet people that have a negative attachment to them. I often like to say, and often like to see, as I'll tune into your auric field. Now, if I see, it's not so much of attachments that I pick up on as much as like a low spot or a high spot. A low spot might be a void of energy or a hot spot in the energy. If the person has sort of a negative attachment, I don't deal with energetic clearing. I'll send you to an expert then for me to try to clear it out. If I'm noticing or seeing something that's in a low frequency, I'll just ask your higher self, what's going on? Where is it? And how can your higher self clear it out? Because I always like to return the power back to you. You see, reality is what you make it. If there's an energetic attachment, you've got to ask yourself, where the heck invited it in?
Sorry to interrupt you here, Mary Beth. Those that are waiting on hold, I know we got a couple of people that are waiting on hold. Can you please mute your lines so that we don't get the feedback coming in and that kind of thing?
Oh,
Thank you.
Yeah, I hear a 7-second delay.
Yeah,
excuse me,
why.
I hear the cycle repeating.
Yeah.
In fact, make sure I'm not doing it to yourself. I'm going to close out YouTube because just in case that seems to be cycling through here, me, of all people, should know better. Broadcasting 101. Never have your radio running in the background.
Indeed. Well, Jessica, thank you for calling in tonight. We appreciate it big time, and hopefully you got a lot out of tonight. That's for sure.
Wow, yeah, and wow, thank you. That caught me off guard. Wow, thank you. Have a good
welcome.
evening.
Jessica, have a Merry Christmas, and I wish you the best.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, you guys. I'll keep listening, and thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Jessica. She's definitely one of our frequent flyers. Love her. So
I love it.
704 area code. We have another one that's coming in here from 704. Hello, welcome to Open Eyes. Who's this and what's on your mind?
Hi, this is Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, Katie. How are you? Fantastic. What can I do for you this evening?
I just kind of wanted to know, I'm in between, I just ended a contract and I'm looking for work. I know it's the end of the year. It's like a weird, time frame. And I just wanted to know if there was something on the horizon for me.
Absolutely. Now, Katie, your energy field comes across to me as a yellowish green blending aura. Now, when I see a yellow aura, it usually indicates to me that you're a teacher or a student. So you may be in the process of learning a new skill, or you are going to be teaching a new skill. However, when I see green mixed in with it, you've got to be careful of, should I say, people pleasing or people that other people that are trying to make you do a job you just don't want to do. Now, I don't know if you're ready to do this or not, but I think you're going to be looking at a new career. And I feel that even though the job contract ended, the strong impression I get is school is coming up in your future. Now, I don't know if that means that you're going to be the teacher in that school or if you're going to be the student in that school. But I strongly feel that education is part of your career in the near future. And I sense that by the second week of January, around the 15th, you're going to get nibbles on a job offering or that you reply to a job offering. And I can't shake this out, but I keep getting school. So maybe it's substitute teaching, or maybe it's mentoring. But have you taught before?
I haven't. I mean, I joke that I teach my friends daily, but as far as like a real education, no, I haven't. The only thing that I can think that pops into my brain is I have juggled taking a class just in a local community college, or I've also played back and forth with like volunteering youth.
Okay. I got to tell you, I feel like that's where your career's going, is teaching.
Okay.
And when you're saying volunteering youth, your aura just got very bright yellow. It's like, she's onto something. So if you thought about going back to school to be a social worker or a counselor, you would do extremely well, and your pay raise, believe it or not, even though they don't get paid the greatest, I'm getting the impression you will actually do very well. So just kind of toy that idea around. But I'm feeling your job will come back to you middle part of January. So just enjoy the holiday. Okay, just sit back, enjoy, take it in. It's Mercury in retrograde anyway, so don't do anything new. Just don't, because this time is the time you'll lock your keys in the car with the engine running. So just don't.
Right.
Okay, enjoy it while it is. But January 15th, I'm feeling you'll have job opportunities coming your way. That is what I got for you, Katie.
Awesome. Am I allowed to ask one more question, or is my time up?
Ira, this is your call.
Sure, go ahead, but we do have another couple of calls that are coming in, so.
Okay.
So I just quickly wanted to know if there was going to be like someone special coming into my life, or if that was way down
avoid
the
the
road.
drunk guy. I know I just said that so fast, but avoid the drunk guy. The aura field, when I see yellow and green together, tells me that you are blindly looking past his faults. And I feel that there's a guy around you that has a drinking problem. So I know I'm a little bit blunt. I've been known to be scary, Mary, so I'll just say it. You know better.
No, I'll take it.
So when you feel that gut feeling that that's not the right guy, there's a reason. Okay?
Yeah.
Avoid the drunk dude. Okay? You know what I'm talking about.
You know I do.
Well, Katie, thank you definitely for coming or for calling in. Definitely appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you for listening.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas to you, Katie. I can definitely agree with the Scary Mary thing. I whenever people come to me with readings, that they want me to do a reading on them, I am as blunt as can be, and a lot of times they go away angry, and I'm like, "You're the one that asked."
Yeah, right. Just what do you? Don't ask if you don't want to know.
Exactly. I'm going to be brutal, brutally honest kind of thing. Because everybody's surrounded by the people that are trying to be, sweet talking them and edging them through things and that type of thing. No. Ira, don't play that game.
Right on. Because, really don't want to waste your time either.
Exactly.
It's just straight to the point and move on. The best of us, we don't candy coat.
No,
not
exactly. Well, we do have another couple of calls that are coming in. I have two that are coming in from the same area code, so I'm just going to give the last two digits of the phone number. The last two digits of the phone number are 19. Welcome to the show. Who's this?
Hi, that's me. My name's Jessie.
Hi, Jessie.
Hi, Jessie.
Hi.
Hi, Jessie. What can we do for you this evening?
Really, I have a lot going on. I just kind of wanted to see what you saw in the near future.
Okay. Jessie, your energy field comes across to me as a bit of a gray energy field. Now, when I see gray, it can indicate to me that you could be slightly depressed, or that you had answered it. You have a lot to deal with. And being in the holidays, I can only imagine your head must be swimming. Okay. Now, for some reason, I feel like I'm supposed to specifically say to you the Dilworth area of Charlotte. I have no idea why, but I just feel like I need to say that area. And I know that we're broadcasting worldwide. So people are like, where the heck is she saying Picklesworth? No, I'm saying Dilworth, North Charlotte.
I'm sorry, can you guys mute your phones when you're not on the line, please? Thank you.
Yeah, because I feel it. I hear it feeding back as well. Jessica, I keep getting this sense of stop saying yes when you mean to say no. I feel like you're being spread out way too thin, and your energy field is showing you that. Now, be careful. You could be ending up getting a cold, or just getting off one. I want to say be careful of your physical well-being. Now, you are a person I'm going to reach to a deck of cards for a second, because your energy field is so fogged up, and it has to do with a relationship. I feel that he's saying one thing, you're saying another. You might want to be with him. He doesn't want to be with you. And I'm feeling right now, step back from it. Just take a break. I want to say from everything if you can. But that's why. Underneath that gray energy field is pink. You're an empathic person. You're not sympathetic. You're empathic. You don't feel sorry for a person. You feel their pain.
Yeah.
Oh boy, you got to be real careful with not attracting men that you can rescue. Stop rescuing. Look, if you're going to continue to be the rescuer, get paid for it. It's called a psychologist. Okay.
The only thing I rescue is animals, so I'm good with that.
Okay. Now, your energy, you're going to feel like you can finally find your path. And I get the impression that that's going to be in the March time period. Now, I got to ask you something. Are you the Aries or the Pisces? Or is there somebody around you close to you in love life that's Pisces or Aries?
My fiance is Pisces.
Okay. He's really super sensitive, my friend. Give him a
I know.
hug, but that doesn't mean you take on his issues.
Yeah.
You're going to be his wife, not his freaking pincushion. Okay. So, honey, you are taking on that's why your energy seems fogged up. You're taking his worries on too. No means no, okay? But I'm going to predict to you that the March time period, you're going to finally find the ground. You'll feel more grounded.
Okay.
But that's what I get for you. And congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Thank
Can I
you,
ask
Jesse.
about my grandma real quick?
You want to ask like if passed away?
She's
I mean,
sick.
Oh,
Well,
she's sick. Okay, stand by. Just Ira, I'll make this as succinct and as quick as possible. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay, I am picking up on the name Don, D-O-N. Now, that might be a person who's passed away. Gosh, there's a D energy connected to your grandmother. Don, David, Don. I've got D's. Hold on. Okay. I'm getting this fluttery feeling in my stomach area. I don't know if she's got stomach problems, maybe digestive issues. It might be because she's older. Whatever this means, I keep getting Don. I don't know why I keep saying this E name to her, but there's this man around her. It might be her son or could be her husband. I'm sorry I can't get a prediction on when she's passing, but I do pick up on spirits around her.
Okay.
Holy cow. I'm sorry. That's all I've got. I'm not picking up anything else to it. So
that's fine.
I hope speedy recovery, I hope.
Thank you. And thank you so much. And I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Jesse.
Oh,
you
too. Merry Christmas, Jessica.
All right. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.
So we have another couple of calls that are coming in as well. We'll go ahead and bring the next one in.
I bet you're being swamped.
A little bit. Trying to keep up with everybody here.
I kind of put a posting on my Facebook page, and I've got quite a group of
followers.
Hey,
I don't mind. I don't mind.
I
don't mind. It gives me an easy night with my sinus infection going on. So, so we've got 803 area code. You guys are up next, and I'm just taking you guys in the order in which you're coming in. So if you guys are on hold, be sure to keep yourselves muted, and thanks for waiting. So 803 area code. Who's this?
Marianne.
Hi, Marianne.
Hi, Marianne.
Hello, Mary Beth. I got that ad from your Facebook.
Yeah, I was going to say, with all these 704 and 803 area codes, yeah,
they're locals.
Yep. What can I do for you tonight?
I got a little bit of chaos, a whole lot of little bit of chaos going on.
Okay.
Sick mother and crazy situation at work, and just would like to know the direction of both.
Okay, well, your energy field's pretty red. Now, red can indicate to me an anger, a drive. Sometimes be careful of the old open mouth and insert foot disease. You got to think about what you're saying first before you say anything. But it seems Like things are heated up. I hope there's not been arguments at home. Hold on. I feel like I want to say the name Louis, Louis, Lois, Louis. I'm trying to stay on to this side of life instead of talking about people passing away. But Louis, Lois, Louis. Okay.
Levis.
Do you know somebody named Lovett?
Levis.
What did you? Levis.
Levis.
Okay. It's awfully strange, but I feel like I'm picking up on a spirit on the other side. I didn't anticipate this, but that's what seems to be coming through. Okay. Now, Marianne, the message that I keep hearing to you is set time aside for your family and then some time for yourself. Otherwise, you could open mouth and insert foot when it comes to family issues around the holidays. I know that sounds too general, but I am feeling boy, it feels like it's a family member that's there that you don't want to see or they don't want to see you, but there seems like an argument that's just about ready to boil over. I've got Marianne, oh my God, take some time, like spend an hour with the family, but then step back, take some time to step back before you open mouth. Oh my God. Now, love it. See, I'm just going to go to the other side. I feel like I'm going to just... This is live radio for you. Hold on a second. And Ira, bear with me.
No problem.
But when cats meet dream catchers, cats versus dream catchers, cats win. I've got a cat hanging from my dream catcher over here with her
Lord.
feathers. So my dream catcher's not doing so great right now.
Oh, Lord.
I've got a little Maine Coon that just has discovered the feathers. Should have heard me one time on radio when my cat in a shopping bag. Boy, that was interesting. Never broadcast from home, right? Anyway. Oh my gosh. All right, Marianne, I digress. There's a male energy around you. This impression comes across to me like it's on your father's side of the family. And I feel like that the family seems large, or that there's like you've got two dads, or this feeling of two groups, but I feel like I'm picking up a father figure, and it's connected to that L person. That dream catcher's going bye-bye. I'm coming right back to that same message. Marianne, you've got to take space away from the family during the holidays. Otherwise, it's going to blow up into a big fight. And it feels ridiculous, but I have to say over your car or over a vehicle. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Not on that topic, no. The other, yeah, but not on that.
Not on the vehicle. Okay.
No.
I'm being presented with a pickup truck, a red pickup truck in my mind. Does that have a connection to this man with the L who's passed over? Why the hell am I seeing a red pickup truck?
The person that I think you're speaking about, I know a red record. He used to tow trucks, big, huge, old.
Uh-huh. This is a spirit showing me a red pickup truck in my mind. I'm like, what the heck? It's like they're trying to say, okay, this is why I'm getting a little tongue-tied. The impression is the man on the other side is telling you that if you get overwhelmed with family in this holiday, take a step out, like get a smoke break, if you know what I mean. Step away before you say anything that could be emotionally charged. Please. Otherwise, you could be looking at long-term, ridiculous, stupid arguments. Okay? And if it sounds like to me, you've had enough already.
This is true.
That's what I'm getting. So your aura field is brilliant red. If you were a kid, I'd say no problem, because that means growth and life and living. But as an adult, it means you're going to blow up any moment. So just take the time and chill.
Okay.
All right, Marianne, I Thank you for calling in. I have to go fish out the feather of my kitten before she decides to eat the entire Dreamcatcher bird.
Indeed. Marianne, thank you for calling in. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Marianne. Yes, Ira, I'm broadcasting from, I've got a little Maine Coon called Teeny, and she's discovered. Never put a Dreamcatcher with feathers with cats around. Forget it. It'll never happen. I think I'll stay with crystals. Safer.
Yeah, that's safer. Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden, you hear a thunk, and the crystal ball goes rolling across the living room. I'll stay with Obelisk. That'll do that. I'll stay that way.
Indeed. Okay, so if you're prepared, we do have another couple of calls coming in.
God, bloopers are us.
Well, you got to love live radio, right?
Right on.
All right, so we have a couple of others that are calling in from the same area code. I'm going to give the last two digits here, and again, I'm taking them in the order in which they've come in here. So sorry if you guys are on hold for a little while, but just make sure you guys keep yourselves muted in the meantime. Yes, Mary Beth.
I have to say something. First of all, thank you so much for being my board up and handling the calls. And I can also hear your customer service representative coming through with saying, please hold on and your call will be handled next one received.
I do have that background.
Coming out of your voice.
I do have that background. Last two digits are 5-4. Welcome to the show. Who's this?
Hey, how you doing?
Fantastic. Hi, 5-4. What can I do for you this evening?
I have been ill for about a year, and I've seen every single.
Yeah, stop right there, because your energy field is silver, black, gray. Now, when I see black energy, to me, it's not negative. Please get that. People jump to the conclusions. They'll say auras that are black are negative. Not necessarily. It can mean that person is lacking energy. Doesn't necessarily mean negative. It just means you're exhausted. It could mean to me like fibromyalgia. And I'm feeling like I see this sort of silverish black energy to your lung area. Now, I'm not a doctor, okay? No way, not near being a doctor. So just want to say that first. With that said, I'm feeling like you've got lung issues, chest issues, you're not breathing right. There's something where you can't get a good deep breath. Do you understand this?
Yeah, that's actually a side effect from the medicine they've put me on to treat whatever they're trying to figure out.
Okay, I'm getting the strong impression of exhaustion coming up around you. And when I look at your aura field, it's like you're a contradiction of terms, because I'm seeing that the physical body has what I see is like a black energy field, but your aura is white. So what I'm feeling is this weird, strange feeling of a dichotomy. Jeez, when is this here? Oh boy. Okay. One, not a doctor. Okay. Got that through your head? Have you been checked for Lyme disease?
No, I don't know. Honestly, they've done so many tests. I'm not sure.
What's going on? What has the doctor said? I know I'm a psychic. I'm supposed to know, but let's have a conversation. What has the doctor said?
The doctor that I'm seeing now is the neurologist. I've already been through every other specialist, and the neurologist is focused more on some type of nerve disorder. But I'm on my 5th medicine.
A nerve disorder. I know this
but
sounds
it's not
bizarre.
Something you can test for. It's something that he has to do a physical exam and then go by symptoms and rule out. So there's nothing that can just solidly say this is what it is.
That's strange. Okay. I'm just getting the impression of the energy field being off on the body, but your energy, the energy around you you're brilliant. So I feel like in the spirit, you're strong. It's your body's exhausted. Yeah. Look, I'm a big advocate for acupuncture. I don't know how you feel about that. But
I've had several people actually recommend that.
Then I'm going to be your third time's charm. I would say check it out.
Okay.
It's worth a shot. I mean, look, if you have a tattoo, acupuncture needles are nothing. Okay, so and if you have nerve pain, acupuncture is going to be like a massage.
Yeah.
Because I experienced neuropathy, and I hate it.
That's actually what it's a form of neuropathy is what it's like autonomic neuropathy or something like that.
In my case, I use an acupuncturist and I love her to pieces. I would give it a shot. It's worth, pun intended, but do give it a shot. I am getting the strong impression of the word Lyme disease. I don't know. I'm not expert of Lyme disease, but just run that by your doctor and see how they feel about that. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a psychic, just a medium. But I do feel that you'll get relief. So
I appreciate
always just keep going.
And can I ask you one more question?
Yes, ma'am. Of course you can.
Do you sense anything at all from my grandparents? Are they around?
Oh, you mean for the connection of the other side? I can't guarantee that I'll speak to your grandparents, but let me just sense who's around you for a second. Let me see something here. Now that's strange. I'm getting the impression of a young guy, a young man. So it may not be somebody you would expected. I get the impression that there's a young man about 17 years old, and it feels like it's a boyfriend, but I feel like I'm seeing somebody from years ago who may have died tragically or like a car accident.
Let's go through a reading from there. That's where I'm on hold for a reading.
Okay. Do you understand that? Because that's who's coming through is saying, "I love you. Hello, I'm here." That's what I'm picking up. Okay. I know it's not your grandparents, but that's the spirit that's closest to you at this very moment.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. Definitely appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you so much.
Ira?
You too.
Ira, you're the boss. You tell me what I need to do, okay? So I don't want to.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. We're doing good here. So we'll go to the next one in line here. Let me see. It is 51 as the last two digits of their phone number. Welcome to the show. Who's this?
Who's 5? Hello, 51.
Hi, that's me.
Hi there. Who's this?
Hi, 51.
Hi.
What can we do for you tonight?
Well, can you tell me anything about going into the new year, how that looks for me?
5-1, your energy field is brilliant red-orange. Now, when I see red-orange aura field, first of stress headaches or migraines, okay? Because when people who broadcast this orangey color, it means to me that you can be under a lot of stress and sometimes don't know how to say no or stop. Okay, so just want you to pace yourself as much as possible. But when I see a bright orange aura, I think of people who are in sales or in advertising or things to do with public eye. And I feel like you have a tremendous amount of passion. It's just you got to work on the direction part of it. Now, hold on a moment. Okay, as I'm seeing this orange aura color, I keep wanting to tell you sales, I'm trying to say advertising. It's coming out sales. The feeling of communications, that sort of thing. Hold on a second. Okay. All right. Currently working. From what I'm seeing in your aura field, you're currently working, and I'm feeling like there's a promotion for you in, like, I want to say 30 days. No, it's not. It's third month. It's March, that calendar year. I know this sounds strange, but I want to tell you that there's a boss with the last name of James, or the first name is going to be Jim or James. When you know that person or meet that person, know that you're in the right direction. There's money coming your way. Connected to the Jim or James person's energy field.
Okay.
Now, I know I feel like I'm all over the map here because I want to say Wells Fargo to you. Probably because I'm seeing red and yellow, and that's why I'm seeing the logo of Wells Fargo is it's red and orange or red and yellow.
Okay.
But 2018 seems like a money year to you. And of course, with this new tax bill going through, it's a money year for just about everybody. So, but it's going to be a good one for you. Keep the name Jim or James.
Okay. Anything about like for new love coming into my life?
Tell me your first name again, just first name only.
Nancy.
Okay, hold on. Okay, I feel like there's a relationship around you right now. It just seems distant. I don't know if that means you're married and there's two ships passing in the night or what this is, but I feel like you're currently involved, but there's a lot of room for improvement. I just am feeling, boy, I'll tell you what, if you're not satisfied soon, you're going to be the one breaking it up.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like you're currently involved, and I feel like you're the one who's going to speak up to try to change it. If he does not, I feel like I want to tell you the name, like a cook, a baker, a chef, somebody in the food industry is coming into your life as romantic.
Okay.
That was weird. I don't know why I'm going to say food, but nutritionist maybe. But there could be a new fella, and it feels like he might be connected to a restaurant in some regards.
Okay. Thank you very much. Have a
You're welcome.
Merry
Take
Christmas.
care, Nancy. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Nancy.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so
Ira,
yes.
Thank you.
Well, I was going to say, we do have another couple of calls that are in, but we do need to hit a break here real quick. Why don't we hit the break? We'll do a real fast one. Those of you guys that are waiting on hold, please stay on hold with us. We just need to hit the break here for the station. But we'll make it a short one. How's that sound?
That's wonderful. Ira, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. Gives you time to chase your cat around a little bit.
Okay.
So you guys are listening to Open Eyes. My name is Ira Robinson. If you guys want to call in yourselves, 260-494-3937 is the call-in number. Skype line is JDA Film. And as always, we're over in the chat room at lnmradionetwork.com. Stick around. We'll be back in just a few minutes, folks.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Dark secrets lie within the pages of Haunted, finding an explanation for the unknown. Within the dark of night, subtle sounds can be heard. Unseen hands reach out to touch, stirring echoes of past nightmares and paranoia. In Haunted, finding an explanation for the unknown, you will read chilling true stories of hauntings, demonic possessions, and everything that goes bump in the night, as we explore the hows and whys of haunted houses and more. Ira Robinson has not only been a man who has personally experienced the paranormal, but an investigator for many years as well, and brings his expertise to bear on this mysterious subject. What did our ancient ancestors think of the spirit world? What did they do as a response to their own paranormal experiences? Are the tools people use today to communicate with the spirit world not only appropriate, but safe to use? Can the dead return to us in some way in order to help us or harm us? You will find an answer to these questions and much more in Haunted, Finding an Explanation for the Unknown. Don't be afraid. The keys to understanding are in your hands. Find this book and all of his others at Ira Robinson's official website, originalworlds.com.
Do you need toner for your Epson, Hewlett-Packard, Canon, Brother, Apple, or Sharp printers? Look no further than Laser Technologies. In business for over 20 years, they offer the lowest prices on toner on the web. They can also repair your laser printers and toners fast and easy. Call their expert staff today at 561-792-9600 or email us at service@laser-technologies.com for all your toner needs. All toner is shipped nationwide. Why wait? Get the lowest prices on toner. Call or email us today.
The L&M Radio Network and Late Night in the Midlands depends on you, the listener. Without you, there would be no us. So help us continue to bring you the best guests with the best information and subscribe today. Information on becoming an L&M subscriber can be found at the top of LateNightInTheMidlands.com. Just click the About Subscriptions tab and become part of the family while helping the truth stay alive. And while you're at it, maybe subscriptions aren't for you. A one-time donation helps as well. Click that donate button on the right side of latenightinthe-midlands.com and help us help you.
Fear. There is always so much to fear. So many shadows are just waiting for the moment for when we pay no attention at all. Just waiting for the moment when they can grab us and make us come undone. Fear takes, and fear gives nothing in return. But there is one gift in this life that fear is afraid of. The gift of love. Reach out for someone today. Fear nothing, for fear is nothing. Live hard.
A song the Bible certainly teaches the importance of music. Music not only has an important place in the Bible,
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Open Eyes. My name is Ira Robinson. We're here tonight with Mary Beth Wrenn, and what a show so far. Definitely a really good one, and I'm glad that she came on here with us tonight. Definitely been enjoying it so far, and she's made it really easy for me to get through my sinus infection here. So anyways, welcome back, Mary Beth.
Ira, we're sending you rainbows of orange and yellow and citrusy colors as vitamin C.
I appreciate it. I definitely need it.
It sure is.
So before we hit the break there, we were taking a bunch of calls, and we have a bunch of calls that are waiting for you if you're up for it.
Yeah, I hear you. I just want to make a quick shout out to everybody calling in. Make sure you turn down your radio, because what'll happen is we get a cycle hum and then we can't hear you. So it's radio broadcasting 101. Always turn your volume down. It's fun to hear yourself on the radio, but the feedback can be annoying.
Indeed.
So just let you know, just turn that radio show down. Turn your volume down when you're on the air.
Yeah.
Exactly. Also, Ira, if I can real quick shout out, if anybody is interested in either getting a reading, private reading, or finding out when I'm going to broadcast next, or set up a messages from the other side gallery where I connect to the other side for you, your family, your friends, just go to my website. It's my name, Mary Beth Wrenn, W-R-E-N-N, just like two wings on a bird, two wings on an angel, WRENN.com. Or you can just Google me or Facebook me or something like that, but it's WRENN. Now, if you Facebook me, you might get my sister, and she's not the psychic, she's the professor. So, if talk about a dichotomy or an opposite, Ira, my sister is a professor at NYU and Princeton University, and I'm the psychic. So she's the professor of the psychic. Sounds like a reality TV show, doesn't it?
It does indeed.
Well, I call her that she works at Hogwarts and that she teaches Harry Potter's.
That works. Well, I would appreciate it also. We just heard some coughing there. I would appreciate it if you guys aren't actually talking yet. Make sure you guys mute your microphones as well, or mute your phone lines as well, so that we don't get the sound coming in as feedback as well. So we do have a call that's coming in. Let's go ahead and take them here. The next in line is going to be Doug. Doug, welcome to the show. What's on your mind?
Oh, that's weird. I heard Jack. I knew it was a guy. I kept getting the strong sensation of a guy. Doug, I was going to call you Jack for some reason.
You don't want to call me Jack. No, call me crazy and I'll respond.
He is our crazy Cajun.
I've been telling 36 to mute yourself, 71 to mute yourself, because they're all, I don't know. I guess I'm the only one with a name on Skype. Everybody else has got phone numbers. I'm trying to figure. It's pretty cool. I'm seeing them pop up and down. You had 11 calls there on Skype. There's Ira. You got some hellacious bandwidth. Are you running all that through Ob Studio?
Oh yeah, definitely. So what's on your mind for Mary Beth tonight?
I was wondering since I've been running fever since Tuesday and And now the wife came home from work early today. She's running fever now and going, what fresh hell is this?
Jeez, Mercury in retrograde strikes again.
And I'm hearing people cough, and then I say, people mute yourself, and so it's apparently it's some kind of virus going around the U.S. or across the world. Or could it be chemtrails, or could it be, just propaganda, or what?
Oh gosh. Well, if that's your question, I will answer it. But
I want to know. I want to know how long this stuff is going to last, because it's stuck with me for 3 days now.
It's called the holiday crud.
Exactly. Yes. I'm not myself. If Ira could tell, Go ahead.
Well, your energy field is the silver gray color as well, and that does tell me congestion, and it can tell me that just kind of you're energetically like blown out, if you will. It's good that if you're going to be sick,
I've been blowing it out.
Yeah, if you're going to be sick, this would be the time to get sick, because taking a holiday with everybody else instead of taking a holiday during regular work days. It seems like you got to be careful with laryngitis or something. I can hear it in your voice as well, but I want to say the old hot tea and lemon routine for you.
That's exactly what I've been drinking the last 3 days. Hot tea with honey, not lemon, but
I was gonna suggest hot toddy,
honey.
but I was close. I was gonna suggest hot toddies.
Yeah,
the
right.
wife. You know what, Ira? The wife just suggested that, and I just broke out the bottle a little while ago, and she brought home some rum, and we're gonna make some hot toddies in a little while.
There you go.
And fantastic as well. But it sounds strange, but Doug, I want to say Colorado to you. I don't know if you are living in a high country or somewhere where the air is either thinner or more clean. But
You're way off. I'm in Southeast Louisiana, in beautiful town Slidell, Louisiana.
Yeah, I keep getting the impression of the word clean air, fresh air, or get a humidifier, something where it's going to be oxygenating the air. It's just more clear air. And I know this sounds crazy, but if you're a smoker, stop smoking. But then again, I eat sugar like
that would never happen.
Okay, but I keep feeling like you have indoor irritants. Something else is going on besides the cold. It feels like it could be an allergy. But again, I'm not a doctor, so please get this checked out by a doctor.
There you go.
Okay.
I had a physical in May, and I had 2 colonoscopies within the last year. I mean, I slept through the eclipse in August. I mean, oh, come on. What fresh torture are you going to give me?
Really, you might be a person who's sensitive to the earth changes. So you've not only got the Mercury in retrograde, you got that solar eclipse. Then
that
you've
is
got
exactly correct.
Yeah.
Because when the big earthquakes were happening in Peru last summer, my biorhythms were like all messed up. And I even told the neighbor, I said, man, my timing is off. It's just, I don't feel right. And he said, yeah, there's been big earthquakes down in Peru, 7.9, and the biorhythms get all messed up. And now with this flu or allergy or whatever I got, I've been sleeping 18, 20 hours a day because I've been on Benadryl, and Benadryl just puts me out. Other people have hyped them up, and it just puts me out.
Yeah.
And now my biorhythm's all messed up because I don't know day from night. I think it's Friday. I think I have to look at the calendar, but I don't know. The biorhythm is all messed up.
Doug, you're right. I mean, of all things, I missed an appointment on Wednesday, which I was thinking because it was Tuesday. You're right. I think sensitives are feeling that. Also, I'm not an astrologer, but from what I understand, the winter solstice on December 21st, which was yesterday, we had some kind of planet alignment that hadn't occurred since the last time in 1644, something to do with the planet Saturn. Ira, you'd have to get an astrologer on to explain this one. But I understand for sensitives, it has thrown us for a loop this week. I mean, my business partner is just like, Mary Beth, you're not keeping your schedule straight. I was like, man, you're right. I'm thinking today's Tuesday when it's Wednesday, and Thursday, now it's Friday. I'm like, all right, just throw it to the wind. Just like, so to speak, start over.
Indeed.
So Doug, yeah, you are sensitive to the energy changes, especially to the planet Gaia.
Well, definitely thank you for calling in tonight, Doug. I appreciate it. We have a bunch of other calls that are on hold, and we definitely need to get through them before the time's out tonight. But
you got it.
I appreciate you calling in, brother. Appreciate it. So let me see here. I'm sorry. I was trying to make sure.
No, I didn't mean to walk on your conversation. I was just thinking for you as well. Excuse me, because you are sensitive, you could very possibly be picking up on. Well, first we got the holidays. We got all these people that are all jumbled up. They're traveling all over the place.
Oh yeah.
They're out of sorts. Look at the airport at O'Hare. Hartsfield. You had the blackout earlier this week. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
That put havoc on everybody. Energy's jumbled. Then you've got like I keep saying, planet Mercury's gone into retrograde. Communications are shot to hell. Then, look at the Amtrak crash on top of that. I could go, I'm a rail fan. Okay, I admit I'm a foamer. Yeah, for you rail fans out there, foamers mean you love trains. So why would these morons put a brand new train on an inaugural run without positive train control is beyond me.
I know. I was really confused when they started coming out with that information too. I'm like, wait, what?
Can you say the Titanic? Why did you just stick an iceberg on the rail?
Exactly.
God have mercy. So so this week's been kind of skewed,
to
say the least.
A mess, yes, exactly. You're very right. I know last year, well, towards the beginning of this year, I guess I'm still in this year. Towards the beginning of this year, I had 4 months where it was just one sickness after the other, and it was also at the same time when we had a whole bunch of stuff happening worldwide. A lot of chaos was going on, and I don't know, maybe I was just low immune system from it, and therefore the little critters decided to take a bite while they had the chance.
Absolutely. No, and I want to briefly address this. When things on the outside of our life seem to be absolutely confused and all over the map, that's when you have to check in on yourself.
Yeah.
And go within and ask, where are you out of balance? Because we're only tuning into things outside ourselves, like we were talking before we took the readings, where we create our own reality and everything is one. So check in with yourself, and where are you out of balance? Because once you get yourself in a correct alignment, you'll no longer plug into what is going on the outside that's causing you drama, because the outside is always going to be happening.
Yep, exactly.
What are we plugged into? So, like when I missed my appointments, the first thing I did was say, okay, put everything down, pause, take a meditative break, check in with my chakras, if you will, and find out where the heck I was out of balance.
And there you go.
It's, your cold is really a blessing in disguise. So it's basically telling you to organize, get rid of the clutter, if you know what I mean, in your mind, because it's coming through with sinuses.
Indeed. Exactly. I can definitely get behind that. that. 84 for the last 2 digits of the phone number. Welcome to Open Eyes. Who's this, and what's on your mind tonight?
This is Michelle. I wanted to ask one more question that I was scared to ask the first time I called.
This is the same Michelle from before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, your voice is really familiar, Michelle.
Yeah, it's very.
Popped in the same energy field. I'm like, whoa, you have a doppelganger. I just spoke to somebody. Okay.
Yeah, I was just scared to ask the question earlier. Can you feel any spirits around my aura?
Sure, let me see if I'll tune in and see if I can pick up on anybody. Hold on.
Okay.
I keep wanting to say Anna or Nana. Now, I know Nana's pretty general for grandmother. I get it.
Yeah.
I want to say Anna. So I've got either Anna or Nancy or Nancel. I got a N something.
Well, Nancy is my husband's mother who's passed.
Okay. Well, she seems to be popping in here. I feel that she's drawn into the idea that it's the holiday. This could be her favorite holiday, or maybe her husband was born around this time period, but I feel like there's a birthday I have to acknowledge. Okay, I'm hearing voices. Is that you?
No.
No, that was from somebody else on the phone.
Okay, hold on. I mean, there's times when I'm hearing voices, and then there's times when I'm hearing voices.
Yeah.
That voice was too human. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was
I
too
get ya.
like somebody else talking. Okay, hang on. I'm going to go back to this Nance person. She's holding what I feel like is she's touching her left side of her chest. So it's either she died from breast cancer or heart attack, or there's an issue to the chest. What?
My husband just died of a heart attack, so.
Oh my God, your husband just passed away from a heart attack?
Yes.
Okay, that's why your mother-in-law's here. Let me explain something to you, Michelle. When a person just passes away, a lot of times I will pick up on the spirit who's been dead longer.
Okay.
So to give you a better example, let's say you knew a person, say 20 years ago, who died in a tragic car accident, and say this person was only 5 years old, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But they've been dead for 20 years. And let's say you had a grandmother who was 90 years old and she died last week.
Right.
Guess who's the older in the heaven realm? The 5-year-old.
The 5-year-old, yeah.
Because that person's been dead longer and the new person is still adjusting to the frequencies. So what we've got here is if your husband just passed away and your mother-in-law's been dead longer, I got news for you. Your mom-in-law's showing up because she's the one who greeted him into heaven. Now, I have to tell you, I feel like one of the spirits is pointing at their kidneys on the right side. So I've got a spirit on the other side telling me that they had renal failure. Do you understand that?
That I don't understand.
Okay. All right. Now I have to tell you, I feel like I want to say David, and I'm not moving off of it. David, Davidson, Davis, I'm not moving off of that name. So if you said, oh, name Don, I'm like, nope, I'm hearing David. I'm telling you, there's a person on the other side connecting to your husband with the name David. Not moving on.
I'm sure there probably is. I never got to meet all of his family, and most of them are gone.
You are meeting them now. So
yeah.
They're coming through loud and clear.
Does it take a while to feel their presence after they pass?
Yes.
Because my son keeps saying, I haven't felt him like other people do.
Okay. It can. Like when somebody comes to me that wants to speak to a person who's just passed away, I require at least 45 days before you come to see me. And that is because I have to sift through the emotions of the living person. And that's a little difficult. So that's why I say, please give it 45 days. However, I've had
Sorry, go ahead.
I've had the spirit world shoot down that theory by communicating to me 8 hours after they died. So then I'm opening mouth and insert foot. So it all depends. I would say
he passed away on July 31st.
Okay, so that's been more than 45 days. Now, your husband's energy is making me feel like I'm supposed to tell your son to pay attention to his dreams because he's been communicating to his son through dreams. Wait a second. Your son, he's showing me soccer. Well, every time I'm talking about your son, hear me out. Just hear me out. Just because he may not be playing soccer or English football, I feel like I want to say kicking the soccer ball. Something's going on with sports with your son, unless they've got like I'm seeing shorts, I see cleats, I'm seeing soccer. I don't know why I'm saying black and white, but I am. Competition sports.
My son's an anime geek. He's not into sports.
I know that sounds bizarre. I still have to harp on you about the sports.
Oh yeah, I mean I'll listen to you.
If he's into anime, if he's into computer games, maybe he's supposed to be creating a FIFA game for EA. I have no idea. But I've got to tell you, soccer. I don't know why. You just still have to set that aside for the time being, unless I could say, and if your father, your husband is English and it's English football, but
no, he wasn't a sportsy person either.
And like I'm still seeing the white uniform with the soccer, and Did your husband ever get on your son's case about getting out and getting fresh air? I'm
Oh
reaching at
God,
that point.
all the time.
Okay. So it could simply be that he's not playing a sport. He's supposed to get out and be in nature or be in sports or get out from video games. I'm a hypocrite.
Well, and
then
we're
because I'm
having, we're having a problem since my husband passed away with him wanting to leave the house at all.
This is what the spirit world is showing me. Encourage your kid to create a program that has to do with sports for video games. So it gives him a reason why he has to be out of the house so he can come back and create.
Okay.
Okay. So six, one half dozen of the other, but that's what I'm seeing. But, but most importantly, your mother-in-law is here holding the light for your husband to come through. I'm also going to be telling you to watch the light switch near the garage or kitchen door. Maybe it's the garage light.
God.
Yeah, because it's blinking and he's trying to get your attention by probably Morse code with blinking lights.
Well, that's so funny because the light switch to my ceiling fan is by my garage door, and the ceiling fan lights, it's turned off, but it keeps blinking.
Yeah, it's your husband's trying to pull on electrical equipment to get your attention.
Okay.
Now, consider yourself blessed, because could you imagine if he was trying to pull on your kid's video game and your kid's multiplaying? Your kid would probably rage quit the game if your husband interrupted his team. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So be blessed it's the garage and not the video game.
Right.
But if he doesn't take care of himself, I got a feeling your husband's going to go right for the video game. So I hope his Xbox or his PlayStation is well grounded.
Oh, I'm going to make sure it is now.
Really? Because it's an expensive repair.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Michelle, we do have to get moving on, unfortunately.
Yes.
But
okay. No, I appreciate all the information.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you for take the time.
So we have a couple other calls that are coming in. I want to make sure that we've got enough time to get through them all before the end of the show tonight. So the next one in line is, let me see here. I'm trying to get my vision focused here. 845 area code. You're up next. Who's this?
Hi, this is Casey.
Hi, Casey.
Casey. Hi.
And I need you to tell me something good.
Okay, will do. Just give me one moment, before I start with you, Casey. Ira, what time do we sign off the air so I know when to kind of sign out? I know it's live radio. I'd usually ask you offline, but
yeah, 8:58, 8:59 is when we cut off. So we've got about 10 minutes left.
Okay. All right, Casey, back to you. Sorry, just had to do some broadcasting lingo. All right, Casey, I've got a turquoise aura to you. Okay, now the turquoise auras tell me that you're dreaming in color, that you have the you can astral project actually, which means you may wake up like you have a snap back in your body instead of just waking gently back into your body. Now, when I see a turquoise color, it means you're an artist. I don't care if you said, "Oh, I can only draw stick figures." I don't care if you can draw on bricks. You have an artistic streak. I do. Good. I hope that you turn this artistic streak into a career, because you could actually be a good feng shui artist or an interior designer should you decide to pursue it. And I will also include photography. Now, I have no idea where you live, but I feel this pull toward the West Coast. And I'm feeling like I'm supposed to tell you to either go to California, visit California, live in California, and to be specific, it's Northern California, not the South.
I was born in California.
Okay. Your higher self in your spirit world is pulling you back home. So I'm feeling that there's unfinished business there, or that in order for you to feel like grounded or more positive to the future is to give closure to what's going on back home. Okay. And now I've been speaking to the spirit world a lot today, and I feel like I'm supposed to acknowledge your mom, whether she's still alive or where she grew up.
No,
So,
she's passed.
okay, because I feel like I'm still feeling like I got to acknowledge your mom. Whether it is pull back to San Francisco or San Rafael or it's Northern California, and I keep waving my hands like you can see me pointing to California, but that there's closure. Now, I just got a strong vision of you doing artwork on a canvas. So I don't know if you do any type of abstract artwork, but if you do, would you please pursue this? In other words, get out of your own way. I feel like you are a good artist, and you may not be letting people see this.
I'm creative, but I can't go to save my life.
Okay. I'm going to stretch toward the word gallery. I just feel like express yourself. Take the emotions that feel like you're stuck with and express them in artistically. You may have yourself a fan base. Okay. But
I'm trying. It's hard to get into. It's people don't want to pay a lot for what you do.
I know. However, you will attract the right buyer, not by, should I say, advertising yourself, but just by putting yourself out there. Just, I heard this interview one time by Sting. He says he basically writes for the garbage can. He doesn't care if people like his music or not. He's well known, but he just likes to write. It's like enjoy the journey instead of the destination. Just do it for the hell of it. Okay.
Right.
But that's what I'm seeing, and that's what I'm seeing for the positive energy for your future. So I'm not asking you to quit your day job, but I am seeing you changing your wording from starving artist to professional artist.
Right. Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Quick.
I got
some health issues.
Okay.
I got some health issues going on that the doctors can't seem to figure out, and I can't figure it out. Can you point me in a direction, maybe?
Oh, I keep getting the impression of the word knees and something to do with the shin splints or something about the bones in the leg. Now, I don't know if that's arthritic that I'm picking up or, God forbid, osteoporosis, but I feel like something's going on with the knees and I'm going to say the front part of the flat part of the front of the leg. But I keep hearing the word arthritis. Again, not a doctor. Just go to the doctor.
Right.
Ask them. Something's going on in the knees.
Yeah,
bones. Okay.
Well, my knees aren't the best, but what I'm having is a skin issue.
The skin issue, you said?
Yeah, and nobody can seem to figure out what's going on.
I know this sounds weird, but I know I keep saying bones, but you know what? You know what they say, like milk, bones, calcium is good for the bones? It might have something to do with the skin. There may be a mineral, lacking a mineral like you're lacking a calcium.
Okay.
Not a doctor. Okay.
Right. No.
So prove me wrong. Go to a doctor.
Right.
But check your mineral content, if your ability to maybe absorb minerals or not. Okay.
Right.
That is what I have for you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a wonderful holiday.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Casey. Thank you. So next call, and we'll have to do them quickly here because we'll
wrap after that.
Starting to run a little short here. So
I know.
336 area code. Welcome to the show. What's on your mind, and who's this?
Hello and welcome to the show. How can I help you? 336 may have hung up.
They may have. Okay, so
okay.
Hello.
Oh, there we are. There we are.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
This is Mary Beth. How can I help you?
Hey, this is Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Hey, I've actually spoke to you before.
I recognize your voice. I think I know you. Yes, I do. I recognize your voice loud and clear. You got a job issue?
Yeah. Well, no, actually, I was going to tell you, I did have.
Yeah.
But you had told me few years back that I was going to be in insurance, and I never really believed you, and I just got all my licensing, so you were right.
Yeah, I hear it. I feel like you're going to run your own shop. like you're going to be an independent insurance agent instead of being an insurance agent that's locked down as if like you were an Allstate insurance agent or Nationwide. I'm not feeling you locked in. I get the impression of independent. Okay. I also strongly see having your own store where you can sell different products, etc. But here's the feeling I get with you, Karen. It's your store. It's not shared with a boyfriend or a husband or anybody else. It's directly only you. Now, if it's a business partner, then it's not to be mixed with private family stuff. Karen, I feel like I got to ask you, or I feel like I need to direct the energy towards your son or toward the child. And I feel like I'm supposed to tell you that if he's old enough to be living on his own or out, you need your own space. You keep getting the impression you're crowded in where you're living or where you're working. You need your own space, Karen.
Yes, and that would be my daughter and my granddaughter.
Okay.
Living with me. But she also just had thyroid cancer, and
oh geez, I'm so
just
sorry.
had her second surgery.
Oh.
So yeah, but you're right. It's like that
honey.
is a difficult issue, you know.
Yes, Karen, your energy field feels fragile to me. Now I realize I've got only 2 minutes to finish on this reading before Ira's going to give me the high sign. But I feel like if you've got to make the time for yourself. So obviously, if you cannot get the space in your own home, then I keep feeling like I want to say that Sacred Retreat. I think it's in Troutman or up in that area, but find a location where you can do weekly, if not daily, meditations, or find a yoga studio, something where it's quiet, you can hear yourself think. Because I'm feeling, Karen, your energy's fragile. I've never heard you this fragile before. And it's because you're empathic. And being empathic, the last thing you want to do is take on somebody's cancer to make them feel better. And that's the worst thing for you to do. Okay.
Right. And she also had addiction issues in the past, too. So it's all that stuff. So
you need a good cry. You need a good cry on your shoulders, honey. Find a place where you could meditate. Go to, even if it's church, but not a place where you're going to be bombarded and God squatted, but I mean a place where you can be quiet. Even if you're not Catholic, go to a Catholic church, something where you can just be in prayer. Okay? Quiet your mind. Definitely for this Christmas, I know I got to go, but this Christmas, ask for God's and angels' assistance.
Got it.
That's what I got for you, Karen. You are in my prayers. And it's so good to hear from you. Take care.
You too. Okay, thank you.
Merry Christmas, Karen. Thank you for calling in tonight.
Thank you. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas as well. Ira, I also want speedy recovery and take good care of yourself, your wife, and your child.
I appreciate it, definitely. Yeah, it's a mess, but that's okay. I'm used to messes. They're okay. Thank you for coming on tonight. This has been a great show, Mary Beth. I appreciate you being here. I want you back on again. For sure.
I look forward to it.
All right, awesome. You guys can find Mary Beth's stuff over at marybethwrenn.com. We're going to have her linked up on our website as well as the YouTube video archive for this show. Mary Beth, you want to give out your email address or anything like that?
You just did. It's www.marybethwrenn.com. You can find me on Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the above. If you want to sign in for my newsletters, just drop by my website and sign up. I've got some events coming up. In January 6th, I have a small venue gallery where I connect to the other side. So if you're interested in experiencing something like what Teresa Caputo does or John Edward, that's exactly what I do. So just come on in and make yourself comfortable. It'll be a fun event. That's January 6th. And if you want to find out about other events, just go to the website, www.marybethwrenn.com. And remember, everyone who's listening, reality is what you make it. So make sure you make it the very best. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And Ira, thank you.
Thank you, Mary Beth. I appreciate it. And for all of you guys out there, that want to tune in to more of me, make sure you guys tune in on Sunday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be here with Money and Change, and then the Positude podcast. And we'll be doing the Christmas Eve episodes of both of those shows. So make sure you guys tune in. LNMRadioNetwork.com is where you guys can find that. The archive of this show is going to be over at our website, OpenEyesNetwork.com. And if you want my books, go to OriginalWorlds.com. I would definitely appreciate you guys checking it out. Until next time, keep safe out there, have fun, and thank you so much, as always, for listening.